Oh, good evening and happy 2020. As per usual, we're in the workshop, we're playing YXZ. Just doing a service. I'm not going to show you changing the oil, changing the fluids in the front and rear diffs. But what I'm going to say is, I do admit I bought this second hand with less than 1,000 miles on it. And I've had a few little niggles, like I've said in the other videos, where I've had the CV gator that had been put on with a zip tie, and then I couldn't get the plunge joint out of the front diff, but we've sorted all them issues now, they're all done. Engine oil change went perfect. I'm not going to start a debate on oils because I still had some oil left from the Polaris, which was a 550 fully synthetic. So I've used that up in the YXZ engine. I know they recommend a 1040, but there is a 1030 listed in the gradings as a 2050, so the 550 covers everything. So I'm going to run that now until I run out of the 550. Then it's going on to one of the Castrol race oils, the fully synthetics, for both engine and gearbox. I've got some Castrol oil here, which is going into the gearbox because that's all I've got left to change. What I'm going to tell you now is the issue I've had with the rear differential. Some lowlife in the past, no names mentioned, I don't know who's done it. They've changed the rear differential fluid. The fill plug came out perfectly. The drain plug, when I was cleaning it all off, I noticed there was like a grey filler around the plug. And when I cracked the plug just came straight out. All the threads were stripped in the casting. And I drained very little oil out of either of the rear diff or the front diff. I'll show you, I've got it all here now. It's very, very little in the bottom of my oil drain tin. Here's the oil drain tin, and that's got the front and the rear differential fluids in it. It only just about covers the bottom. You can see how little there was in it. That was all I got out. That little bit in there. There's not a litre of fluid in there. Very, very little fluid. Admittedly, it's very clean. I don't know what fluid they've used, but it's blue. The bit of contamination in there is from the engine oil, but it's very clean, but very, very little. I know, they're both filled up now to the correct quantities. Not a lot. Let's chuck that under there and I'll drain that tomorrow. So I've just had the rear diff out, and I've just had to put a thread cert into the rear differential drain plug to recover the thread. Luckily there's a lot of meat in the diff where the drain plug goes, but it's mightily pissed me off, and it's added an hour to the job. An hour I didn't want to spend doing on the rear diff. It was the hour I wanted to spend stripping the seat out, pulling the panel out and starting to drain the fluids on the transmission. That's not happening tonight, that's going to be tomorrow now. But I really am pissed off with whoever's cross-threaded that drain plug in the diff and then botched it to put it back in. Then obviously they've part-X'd the YXZ knowing there was an issue with it. Then the dealership I bought it off promised they'd do a full service on it, which to me a full service is all the fluids, diffs, transmission, engine. Well, obviously, if they haven't done the fluids, it was the previous owner. Or did they strip it and then save buying another casting or recovering the thread? They've botched it up and just let it go. Because obviously you buy something like this, you got no warranty. It's what it is. I know Yamaha give you a warranty when they're new, different story, but you take your chances second hand. And now I'm beginning to wonder why they let it go so cheap. I think somebody knew there was an issue with the rear diff and they wanted it gone. And they wanted it gone a long way away, because I bought this from a long way away. Not an issue. I've recovered it. I've got the bolt back in. It's not leaking. But it's just a pain in the arse that somebody ham-fisted hasn't put the drain plug in correctly and stripped it. All they have to do is take the 4 bolts off the guard underneath. Gives you super access to get that drain plug out. I know you can do it without taking it out. Yamaha give you an access hole, but it's not that easy to put back in with the bash plate on. For the sake of 4 bolts and 2 or 3 minutes, just take the damn guard off rather than cross thread the bloody drain plug. Once again, thanks for all my subscribers. Hit the like, subscribe to the channel, Happy New Year, and thank you very much for watching the videos. And if you have a look at my YXZ 1000R playlist, there are 4 very good videos that a gentleman in America's done on the 2017 SS. All the services are the same as on the R. He's done engine oil, transmission, front diff, rear diff, and I've put them in the playlist. That's one of the reasons why I haven't bothered filming any of it. It's pointless when this gentleman has put the videos together so well. Watch his videos, they are brilliant. And now once again, Happy New Year, thanks for subscribing, hit the like, subscribe. Hope you enjoy what's coming up in 2020.